Robocraft in person, where we take an irreverent look at the personalities of Robocraft. Joining me today in the hot seat is LeftOfNever. Oh, that was easy to
Hello
say.
there.
Who is going to attempt the impossible with me as we try to play and talk. So, welcome LeftOfNever.
Thanks, hi, good to be here.
So,
I am currently going to try and cap this base. Tower even. Sorry. Alright, I'm getting shot.
So, tell us a little bit about your role at Freejam.
I recently joined Freejam about 4 months ago. I am the second community manager. I nearly said communication manager. Now, community manager sitting alongside Orchard Drognin, and my responsibilities is to keep you lot all in check.
You meant to say happy. Keep us happy.
Happy. Oh yeah, sorry. Happy in check.
The customer is always right.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
And all that.
Yes. And all of that. Yes. So yeah, that's my role here. Is really just to make sure basically you guys are happy. Also feedback to our guys here when you are both happy and unhappy.
Community liaison officer.
Yes. Yeah.
Right,
so it's really we're kind of the middle guys, the middlemen, in terms of between we're the sort of the people you speak to, and when you're not speaking to the devs directly, I guess, and we feedback accordingly. Sorry, I'm just trying to change weapon there. Keep forgetting to change weapon. Orchard is actually correct. It is quite difficult to chat and play at the same time, but we will do our best.
But we're pros. So yes. I'd just like to lay down a ground rule before we begin fully. And just, I noticed this in my earlier correspondence with you. Let me start off by first of saying that never say the word Coolio in my presence. If you want to, if you want to end,
I like the word Coolio.
I don't. If you want to end this this interview early, that is your safe word, because I will not.
What about mega? What about the word mega?
No, mega's fine. Mega's fine. It's just I will not abide Coolio in my interviews.
Okay. What about cool?
Yeah, cool. That's fine. That's how it should be.
Okay.
I mean, cool. I like the show Scrubs just as much as anybody, but it's just gone too far. Anyway,
I will try and use the word Coolio.
So tell us about your name, LeftOfNever. Where does that come from?
Well, I've thought long and hard about this, and it actually originally it doesn't mean anything at all. It's one of those names what you think. But what does it mean? It doesn't actually mean anything. Well, but when I actually sat down and really thought about it, I'm a big fan of the pop group Erasure, namely Vince Clarke, who formed Depeche Mode, Yazoo, or Yaz as it's known outside of Europe, and also then went on to form Depeche Mode. Erasure with Andy Bell back in 85, 86. And my favourite album of theirs is called Erasure by Erasure. Right. And it's kind of an experimental album, and on there is a song called Sonolumious. Yeah. And there's a line in it where he says, where Andy Bell says 12th of never.
Ah.
And so it kind of came from that.
Is that where that comes from? Yes.
So he used it in a lyric. I don't think he probably originated that, but it was used in a lyric, and it must have subconsciously stayed with me. So when I came up with
I understand why now. You've had too many ex-girlfriends tell you when you ask them for a date, when can we meet, and they say the 12th.
Yeah. It's like a month of Sundays, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I get where that comes from. So subconscious, it's from an Erasure lyric.
So it could have easily have been Right of Always as your alt account.
Yes.
We've been discussing that amongst ourselves. If you had an alt account, it'd be Right of Always.
And if I had an alt account, my original, when I first got onto the internet many years ago, back in the mid-90s, my handle back then was Mad Gerald.
Right.
Now, if you're not aware of the work of the late fine actor Rick Mayall, then it probably won't mean anything to you.
No,
sorry.
But
But he was he made several appearances in the sitcom Blackadder.
Oh yes.
Lord
Which one was he?
Flashheart.
Oh, he was Flashheart.
Ah.
It's me, Flash. Flash by name, Flash by nature.
Yes, good old Flash Art.
Originally, in the first series from 1983, he played an uncredited character called Mad Gerald.
Oh, I
Now,
see.
the thing is, when I was creating, doing other stuff in my previous, before I did community management, I used to work in television production and used to make TV shows and stuff about technology. And I had to do a show about making websites. And so I did it on things I loved, which was Blackadder. And I needed to pick a nickname. And Baldric had already been taken.
Of course, yeah.
So I then went with a really obscure reference to the character Mad Gerald. And it kind of stuck for many, many years. And it's only probably the last 5 or 6 years that I've used LeftOfNever.
Okay, very good. So
yeah, so that's a really long-winded response to your question. Where did the name come from?
Dare I ask what your pirate name would be? I think we just discovered.
Well, funny you should mention that, because the comms team here, we've been doing a bit of piratey-related research into things.
Okay.
And we are using pirate.namegeneratorforfun.com.
Okay.
You put in your full name.
There's a serious version when it's not for fun? When you're doing
when you actually need a proper pirate name. Yeah. So when you're not picking one for fun. My pirate name is Mac, inverted commas, Scallywag Vague. And I have my subtitle being The Plague Bringer of Snakebite Peninsula.
I see.
And this pirate be consorting too much with the locals on the mainland. So, according to that, I am a carrier of STDs.
Oh,
so,
lovely. Good to know.
The Plague Bringer of Snakebite Peninsula.
I hope your girlfriend is aware.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, my wife's cool with that. So, yeah. So, yeah, that is my pirate name. So, yeah. Scallywag. Just call me Scallywag. That's cool.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
Don't want to encourage.
Notice I said cool then, and not the other word.
Yes, I appreciate it. You get 10 internet points.
Thank you.
Right. So yeah, how was the interview process? How did you get the position?
How did I get the position?
Beer in the pub, right?
Sorry?
Man in the pub, right?
Yeah, it was. They just ran. I was in the pub. They came down and they looked around set and just shouted out, "Does anyone have any community manager experience?"
You found a coin in your beer and you were shouting.
Yeah, and that's it. And I stood up and said, "Yeah, I'm the one." And they go, "Right, you're hired." So no, no, it wasn't that point.
Put a bin bag over your head and dragged you off. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, well, I've worked in the industry for many, many years, community manager roles at Sega and Capcom, places like that, and some small little indie people. And it really came through that, really, because my experience, and I live local. So
I see.
And I've worked in the industry a very long time, and I have many, many years of community management experience. So it's really, I'm hoping it was my experience that got me the role.
Yeah, very good. Good CV.
I'm sure it was.
No one lies on their CV. So you're local to Portsmouth. Maybe tell our international viewers a little bit something about Portsmouth. We're having a bit of heat wave at the moment.
Oh God, yes, yeah. It's fantastically warm. I'm not a great lover of heat, but yeah, it is very, very warm, and it's playing havoc with the weeds in my garden.
Oh dear.
So, yeah. So,
you're an avid gardener?
No, I'm not. I just hate having a mess garden.
That's why you got weedy. That's why you got weeds.
Yeah, that's why I've got lots of weeding to do. So yeah, Portsmouth's on the south coast of the UK, just near Isle of Wight. If you look on a map, there's a little island off the bottom of the UK, and that is the Isle of Wight, and we're just above it.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's actually Portsmouth itself is actually an island.
Is it?
Useful information. It's surrounded by water. Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm not originally from.
No?
No, I'm originally from Norfolk, Norwich to be precise.
That explains so much.
What explains it?
Nothing. So yeah, I've been to Portsmouth. I applied to university there a long time ago. And the guy at the marine biology department said, no one's going to pay you to swim with dolphins. So I was like, okay, with that attitude.
Well, unless you worked at SeaWorld.
Well, true. But
I think it's frowned upon now, isn't it?
well, I wanted to do actually geological oceanography, so no biology was going to be involved anyway. But he had this sort of narcissistic.
No.
He had this
Unless you wrote,
narcissistic view of students that all they wanted to do
yeah.
was swim with dolphins, which is kind of
unless
partly
you
true.
unless you used the dolphins as a way of getting to the geological bits that needed surveying.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good idea. Oh, I didn't think about that. I'll put that in my next funding proposal.
Yeah.
We
did it. I
they
think.
surrendered. All right then. Let's.
Which is what you didn't want us to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew that would happen. Let's take a break.
Is that over then? Are we done then?
Unfortunately not, no. We've still got a second part coming up, so like and subscribe for that, and we've got more fun questions, so thank you for watching.